we've all seen the images of anorexia, the emaciated bodies, the shattered lives. But there is a new face of this disease, and it's getting younger than ever. NBC's Savannah Guthrie has the story of one girl's struggle.
Lord, just thank you for this food.
At the Walker family dinner table, they're thankful not just for the food, but that Shay Walker is eating it.
These potatoes are good, Mom.
2 years ago, at the age of 10, she was anorexic.
What would you eat in a normal day?
I would probably drink a little bit of water and maybe crackers or something.
It started in 2006 when Shay quit doing gymnastics. She started to worry about gaining weight.
She was coming to me and saying, "Mom, I think I'm fat."
You didn't want to, make her eat or push her to eat, but you almost had to.
She started exercising compulsively. She wouldn't sit still. She'd be watching TV and she'd do crunches and sit-ups.
Exercising more and eating less, as little as 500 calories a day.
What did you think would happen if you gained weight?
It would make me ugly and nobody would like me.
Shay dropped from 72 pounds to 55 in a matter of 6 weeks.
It was like our daughter wasn't there anymore. It was an empty shell of a person.
After 3 hospital stays, her parents sent her to Remuda Ranch, one of the few eating disorder clinics in the country to treat children. Doctors there say media images of the perfect body can trigger anorexia in the very young and is especially dangerous for them.
When a child develops an eating disorder, they typically do it very aggressively. They may stop eating and stop drinking altogether.
Shay spent 2.5 months away from home in treatment and returned a stronger, wiser girl.
We call my eating disorder Ed.
With the help of a journal and art projects like this mask, she's learned to talk about the grip anorexia once held over her.
And these are little snakes that are whispering to me like, you're not good enough.
And she's written letters to herself, just in case those old fears come back.
Ban peer pressure, ban loneliness.
Do you still look at those sometimes?
I sometimes do, but normally I don't feel that way, so I don't have to look at them for what they're really for. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Shay, how are you doing today?
Good.
There are still regular doctor visits where she steps on the scale backwards and calcium supplements to rebuild her bones. But there's much more to smile about now. And these days, Shay Walker is doing backflips, facing life fearlessly. For today, Savannah Guthrie, NBC News, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Dr. Ira Sacker is an eating disorder specialist and author of a new book called Regaining Yourself, Breaking Free from the Eating Disorder Identity. Doctor, good to have you back. Good morning.
Good morning.
There are people watching this right now. There are parents watching this right now saying, do you mean I have to start watching my 5th grader? I mean, that's crazy young.
You have to start watching your 2nd grader and your 3rd grader and your 4th grader, too.
Why are eating disorders gripping so many young children right now?
Well, I think there's a number of reasons. I think number one is that media and tabloids are giving us this false illusion of what we're supposed to really look like. This sub-zero size. And young people are picking it up as well as anybody else.
What role do parents play in this? I mean, you've got a lot of parents out there who are obsessed with dieting, who live their days in their homes saying things like, I can't eat that, or how do I look in this? And these kids are sitting listening to this.
We as parents are teachers by example. And I think that parents who constantly talk about dieting, etc., with a small child does not separate effectively from a parent at that age. So what's happening is that small child hears mom's going on a diet, or dad's going on a diet, or I'm too fat. A little boy or a girl says to them, oh, you look a little chubby, even if they're not. And that's enough to really kind of start off on a diet, and they become more and more preoccupied.
You want to talk about some of the warning signs, and the first one sounds obvious, a look for a weight loss. The second one is a little bit more subtle, look for a lack of weight gain.
That's right, look for a lack of weight gain. Pediatricians who follow children, there's a specific curve which they should follow. Once they start dropping off that curve, you've got to be aware of more than just looking for a medical problem. Sometimes this is the beginning of an eating disorder.
And look for changes in eating habits, not just that they push the plate away, it's what they're eating or not eating.
It's what they're eating and what they're avoiding, or the child that comes home and says, I want to become a vegetarian suddenly, or food games that all of us have played once in a while where they become more and more like, I'm not going to eat right now, I'm not hungry.
And the others are social withdrawal and a preoccupation with body image.
Yeah, and parents need to watch that too, because that preoccupation with constantly needing the parent to kind of reaffirm that, am I thin enough? Do I look good enough?
Dr. Sacker, thanks for the information. We appreciate it.